Oh, hello, Imaginary Villain here, and I'm testing out a new microphone, so this should be somewhat interesting. It's going to be a night of probably more game dev than I even want to do, but, you know, what I found is once I start streaming it and getting to work on it, I'm actually pretty excited to just kind of do it, yeah? So without further ado, that's what I'm going to be doing. And also I left the thing on in the background, cool. I'm still at that point where I'm like, is it set to public? Double check that it's really set to public, each thing there. I've set it to private so many times. As far as the changes I've made since I last did this, I really haven't done anything other than updating some of the old code to be in line with the better command, the compare command. I went through and painstakingly replaced all of them because the new command does a lot more. And I didn't think anybody wanted to watch that. To be honest, I didn't want to watch that. I was there. It was pretty low quality entertainment. Lower quality than normal entertainment available. I don't know. So, yeah, tedious stuff like that. Probably was no point doing that. I could have just stuck with the other code and went with the whole, you know, as long as it works, that's all that matters. But I didn't. I didn't indeed. Alright, so lately I've been working on the dolls, and this boss one needs to do some kind of damage. It's really very simple. It just needs to do some kind of damage. Like, darkness is neat and all, and there could be a thing where you die if the darkness gets too big, but it just seems like a really big change that I don't really want to do right now. And, yeah, that seems like a bad plan. This is a boss shot there. This is... I think the damage is actually set in here. I made it complicated enough where I don't remember where the damage was set. Welcome to my world. Sometimes I get a little too complicated for my own good. And I need to really comment through these things. I really haven't been doing that. And yeah. I don't think object healed even does anything. I don't even know why it's there. I'm going to comment it out and see if I ever did anything with it. Just as a quick double check. Because if at no point it does anything, then I'm not that interested in keeping it and scrolling past it every single time. Any spell info sets this stuff here. The boss shot should be doing damage. I think there's a darkness shot. That's what I actually have here, right? Which one of these does the thing? Shadow anti-boss shot. This one does damage. Now to remind myself exactly how the projectile setup works. Just check all this stuff beforehand, but I find that if there's no drive to work on the thing, unless there's a stream happening at this point, it's turned this weird scenario where I used to work on it just whenever I'd get there, you know, just bored and mess with it. They're just not even looking sideways at it anymore, except for when streaming. And I guess I work faster when streaming, but it's definitely a big change. So NPC 1. Should just be able to set damage. Oh, sorry, page 1. NPC 1 just leads to a comment that runs page 1. All of them. So this way, if I make the change, I don't have to change it in all the events. I can just change that one thing. Much better system, I assure you. So for the projectiles, set up object projectile. I think in my effort to make this easier, I made it harder. I need better comments that explain the actual, like, the path things take to setting up. Like an actual flow. I mean, I didn't really think about doing until now, but you know, yeah, probably should. Probably should. Probably should. Yes. Hmm. The moment when I question if I'm blind because I'm just missing something here. Oh, never mind. I set it up right there. Smart. It's like, where in all those code is that? It's literally right here. Anything to be color coded would be a lot easier. I thought damage just pretty much caused the thing to do its thing. The annual boss shot should actually do that, and this one here is also using the annual boss shot. But isn't the boss shot listed damage? Hmm. Because the poison one does damage on hits. Wait, why does it set twice? The poison shot there should be what it does, right? Because then it gets to there, but this sets it up as an anti-bill shot. We'll test that out. I'm just going to make a point of setting up every single thing in that one spell area, so I don't have to keep looking. I appear to have a multiple systems to set things up, and, you know, yeah. Listening to more of the Eufolka tracks, or Wingless Seraph, whichever you want to call them. And they're, well, not bad. At least I know I won't get copyright claims for using them. Which seems to be happening with a lot of random things where it's like, I paid for this music, and yet here we are getting copyright claims for having paid for the music. Right. Excellent. Wonderful. I need to speed up when the enemies show up here. That one's all trapped in there. I need to fix that too today. I'm going to speed up the encounter time. I actually want encounters to show up often enough for testing. Like, I'll slow them way down for later, but for purposes of this, let's make it way shorter. Sometimes I think I need a refresher on all my things that I make, since I always have so many projects I'm working on. It's like, what do I do for this one? Maybe we'll go through and just make comments for everything. ISD. Voice sounds a bit better, but not that much better. Nice. Well, we'll figure it out eventually. Those ones deal damage just fine. And then this one doesn't deal any damage if memory serves, or shouldn't. Let's see. Come on. You just kind of wander around and get all happy and then they don't do anything. They're a jolly little group. I'll give them that. Okay, so apparently removing that actually broke it. Well, otherwise it would name it as that. Okay. Huh. I really gotta sit there and document this better. Oh my gosh. I was like, I'll just work on these. It should be no problem. Now I have to remember how to even add damage to these projectiles. My coding needs a help file. Like a plugin, except for a lot more in-depth. Just applies the darkness. I thought I could put damage in there, and if I just leave the damage as nothing, then it wouldn't do anything. But always list the damage, and yet they don't do any damage. We can find a poison Annie anywhere. One that's not trapped in something, I guess? I guess it's not trapped, it's just heading over there. Or it's just hiding. Why is that thing hitting stuff and not actually moving? Is it somehow inside stuff? Yeah, it is. How do you do this? Those are probably the biggest cowardly enemy. They won't ever go anywhere near the player. Huh. I guess there's actually a type in a name. Huh. Alright, well, let's see here. Just having this set all the information there, that's fine. And what is that poison shot? Down here. Ah, okay. So I need to basically set it down here and make the special one for the boss. So right now the boss doesn't actually deal any damage. I was thinking about doing some really cool things with the boss. Maybe even just stealing one of Art's bosses. Of course, the only boss I ever really made for it was the one that could shift all the different maps around. It was pretty cool, but I don't get why a random doll would have this power. Like the actual head of the attic, I could see why that one would have the power. But I can't imagine that being the first boss I want people to encounter. The only problem with the randomized moving around the maps, it's actually kind of hard to make a boss that does something. How do they chase the players? How do they do these things? So I just add this here, and that should actually cause the boss to damage it. All the instructions for what each of these does is right here. I can't set that in the spells because it sets that before the attack actually goes off, which isn't very good. Move this microphone closer. There's so many knobs to play with. I'm sitting there going, maybe this one, no. Oh my gosh, it falls over. This is what happens when you borrow microphones from people. What a terrible system. Who thought this was a good idea? Oh my god. Alright, we're going to push that back by the monitor. I was going to pull it closer, so I'm like, oh, it almost sounds a little better. No. Nah. Pretty much Jenga going on here, but with chords and stuff like that. So all I have to do is this. Give that a test, and then I might change the initial information too, because I want the boss to do other amounts of damage. I'm not sure if it's more or less confusing setting it all inside of a plugin. That reminds me of the problem that UE eventually has when you start getting so many files, and organization becomes so much more important as you go along. Like, you might start out with knowing where everything is, but it quickly devolves into just a nightmare, and you just have to have everything completely in the right directories and everything just to make it easy to figure things out. And commenting is pretty good too. Set lots of comments. Now that the enemies are no longer heat-seeking their stuff, they're significantly less dangerous, which is a little problematic, I think. If they almost need to fire faster and be more aggressive. I made them less aggressive because I had their projectiles completely heat-seeking, but it was definitely too much. There was no way the player was going to be able to fight it back. Why is the player moving when doing that? So weird. So where's the boss at? Come on, boss. You're here somewhere, right? That could be a big problem that's happening if the boss doesn't ever spawn. It does happen. It's happened a few times lately where the boss won't spawn. And that shouldn't be how it works. It should be sitting there constantly trying to spawn the boss in a location until it finds when it can spawn it. And yet, the boss appears to not be here. I guess we'll try to spawn it again. That's interesting. Well, this is why we sit there and test, so we can find all the random bugs, and it looks like there's going to be quite a few of them. I'm definitely looking at, I thought I was going to try to release it sooner rather than later, but just anything that was playable so people can mess with it and try it out. But it needs to at least spawn a boss or something. There it is. I think I might make all the darkness pools damage. I really want the boss to have something that really hurts the player if the player doesn't move. That works. It does like one though. Probably no way to guarantee the boss about to do a certain type of attack, so. Come on. That's how he just does one. Alright, so I need to go through the damage thingy here and add one in for the enemies. It is that for the boss shot, right? Thought. No, it's not. Huh. I wonder if I just set the damage up wrong. Also, project damaged. Let me do the minus damage here, because I don't know how much it's doing. I don't want to try to do quick math to figure out how much I took from each thing. So far, my notes consist of largely just putting them in various functions that are labeled for what they do. Not a very good system, honestly. I thought it was okay, but it could be better. Could definitely be better. I really think that one of the things I should be doing is make a video on how to use community lighting, because I think that video would probably get the most views ever, since that thread has like 75,000 views and easily becomes the most important thing I've done in the community. Probably also save a lot of people asking questions on how to do everything, even though there was a help file and a demo that they could copy the code out of. It would probably be I'll maybe say things. Maybe people would watch it. Maybe they wouldn't. So set this as the boss shot, and then probably should have them all named exactly what they are to make it even easier. I could actually have it set this information here too, for that matter. That's not a bad idea. Whatever, I'll leave them as they are for now. You don't all need it, but it would probably be a lot easier than having to find everything in random places. Maybe not, this does kind of organize it in its own way, so it's not the worst choice to leave it as it is. I'm going to put this, the Annie Bell boss darkness shot, I think. Because I'm going to have different ones for each thing if they're going to have it. I don't want this one to be the generic end-all, be-all that they all use. That seems like it's going to be just not very good in the long haul. Like, it's fine for this one, but I think I'm just going to have a variant for each one here all the way down, just all the different spells. Technically, I guess you could put them in JSON files, but I don't really see what the advantage would be just instead of just having it in specific code here, because I mean, this is just a specific file for this game. Like, it's not built for other games. It's not a generic anybody uses it thing. So it seems the same to me, only more code required to get it out of a JSON thing. I guess for organization purposes, there's that. At that point, I could just put it inside of another plugin, though, so I don't know. It seems unnecessary, but maybe it's not. I'll think about it. It's darkness, player damage, sure. It's a fireball damage, so that's it set up here, right? I guess I should make certain it's actually working first, now that I have the damage set to tell me. So it's kind of having a hard time engaging it with all things hitting me, which thing was actually doing what. probably just make the dolls the first group of enemies that people encounter, just to test out. I really want something people can just mess with. Not a complete game by any stretch of the imagination. Just an actual concept. To see if I can make the concept fun. And if not, well, you know, I can always abandon it. Why does the character want to keep running back to things? Something is telling the character to move. It has to be. It's too erratic. -1, huh? That seems awkward. Shoot me with the thingy. Not that one. Come on. Not that one. Hitting something anyway. That's weird. HP -1. That shouldn't be right. It should do more damage than that. Okay, well, we've established there's a problem going on here with the application of damage. Alright, so we'll log this here so I can get an idea of what's going on. And, then on object damaged. It's right here anyway. Literally right below me. I must have changed it for these ones here, I assume. Do it that way. We'll locate the mystery of why this doesn't do what I want it to do. Oh, that's right. No tildes inside of tildes, or you will cause problems. Copy this whole one here. Spell definition. Object damaged. Down the list we go. Sure, that'll do. I could have sworn the damage was working, and yet it's just applying the default 1 just so in case there's no damage listed, it just does 1, but I was 100% certain I set the damage already on these things. Maybe I said it where it's just I directly applied the damage instead of having a method to make them scale. So maybe that was it. Probably it. Bring up the console over there. Cause plenty of extra lag, I'm sure. Come on. Yeah, it doesn't apply damage for sure. Damage amount 1. Oh, that's right. This one won't shoot me if I don't get close to it. Or if I don't stay away from it. Where's the boss when you need it? There does seem to be an issue with the boss. Does not seem to want to spawn necessarily. What's going on here? Okay. I don't know why I had little commas in between them. It doesn't really matter. Well, actually, I had extra tildes and things. It's just to mark what's going on there. Alright. Well, that's a thing. Alright, so... somewhere in this system, it's just not handing the damage. But I wanted to change based upon the enemy level how much damage they do. Bring this up. Spell definition says 5. You with me? Okay. Can't get self-variable of undefined. Does this not handle event illusion? It should be right here doing it. And yet... well, it's not player doing it, so this should not factor in. The player's not doing that. And yet... we get to 613 here. The command collapses. And at 457, the damage amount's just getting stuck as 1 over and over and over. At 452, did it log it? So for object damaged, it's failing to hand this information somewhere. Hmm. Hmm. Wait a second. It should be handing the information right here, in theory. Hmm. Testing. Over and over. Why did it even do damage? I wonder if UE would just be that much easier. But starting over sounds terrible. Granted, I think in about a week I could probably have a better looking game. The whole point of doing this is that to prove it can be done, not because it's the right idea. I don't really recommend this at all, to be completely honest. Oh. Come on. Auto-moving around is kind of annoying. -1 it said. Okay, well. What happened here? Player damage, that got passed as unidentified. I think it passes unidentified. It's 613. Also, why wasn't this handed? That sucks. I didn't put it under the boss one there, so it wouldn't have shown it for that either. Okay. Shadow. But it might be enough information anyway to tell me what happened. I guess get hit by a regular shot to get an idea of where the damage is supposed to come from. Come on, regular shot, hit me. Good, one hit me. Alright, so event ID 8 right there, and then wait, what? So it goes from this one here of 187 Oh, well, I added an extra line, so it would have been 187 here. And then mark that. Next one to that one is 457. And by here it broke. Wait. 457, my bad. So by this point it's already broken. I need all this other information too. See where it's breaking. Huh. Well, be all that interesting of a game if everything had dealt only one. Though I could actually do that. Everything could just deal one, but then poison would be really terrible. Or really OP, depending on how you look at it. Alright, that should give me the information I need. So, right here, it moves it doesn't hit information, and then it does object damage. And right here, that is fine, except when it gets to the damage amount, it's doing 0 and 1. And then by the time it gets down to 613, it's 0, 1, 1. Down here, it's just, for number 10, it's actually undefined. Wow. It seems very broken, unless you manually set the damage yourself. But what's coming to here seems like it's the correct thing, because it got the actual EID. But then these just break. Do this really fast. In theory, this should actually not happen if the player is doing that. Well, the player is never actually hitting anything, right? The player is. Well, I guess that's a type. I made the system with the way the thing's designed. The player and all the enemies are so different. They work on such different systems in RM. It's just really stupid. It could all be, work on the same system, and I wouldn't have to code effectively two things, but here we are. I realize it's because the entire game is being constantly redrawn around the player, so that's why the player is very different, but... No, hit me, projectile! Kind of clear the projectiles are highly ineffective, though. Come on, shoot me. Just need a quick sample of that, thank you. All right. I mean, because right below it, EID does do 458, so it's like 458 says 87. And yet, event OBJ is just wait a second. Whatever. Well, this is actually just setting the damaged. It shouldn't ever pick a different damage. Like right here, it's just setting it. This should be the only place it even matters. Like right here, for the projectile 2. But it's saying 0 right there. Why is it saying 0 right there? Well, that 87 doesn't have it. Event 5 does? Then this shall be going through here and registering the information, in theory. Huh. I guess I don't have the event ID listed here. I guess I should check that too. Just to kind of cover all my bases, huh? Oh, my kingdom for the ability to just cast to an object. So much effort to add all these Diablo abilities. I might actually just remove all the enemy types except for the one. Just so they'll shoot me faster. The mouse movement is just totally wonky. Really? No, there's an enemy in the wake. Really? Have this one hit me. That one's easier to figure out. I think 14. I might need to differentiate the two. So at 430 on this one here, 78 does this. .430 always failed. That time it didn't. This could be the player one though. Well, it's true that it'll keep removing the events and adding a new one in, so it'll recycle the same numbers if no new events are present. Now, 430 looks like it defines well, but at 458 it does not work. It also didn't do any of the code in between either. Oh, the shadow one got in the way. There's way too many enemies around. I have a hard time even telling which one's which. Oh, 18. Stop spawning the other ones. Too confusing doing them all at once. Where a lot of these seems turn into broken code streams. Which I imagine is 90% of game dev anyway. You make some code and then it doesn't do quite what you want and you keep messing with it. There's someone that one out. I just need a regular one to shoot me. Oh, come back, projectile. Perfect. So 38 did this here. The 38 at spell definition was fine, right? Go a lick here. So, cell definition, yeah, see. Damage. For the EID, sure. That was up here. So 5, sure. Okay. Should do 5. The next time we see 38, it goes down to projectile page 2. And this is now not working. Alright. Why would this fail to send damage? It's defining it up here just fine. It does all the rest of this with all these other commands perfectly fine. I hate other people's scripts. Whenever I have to use their scripts, like a lot of the problems here consist of, me having to use someone else's weird self variables and all the weird commands with RM. It's really kind of tedious. It really is, not gonna lie. I'm not sure why it wouldn't have that there. Can I get away with sending just the, this here and not including the damage? I probably can, right? So I'm tempted to do tutorials for all the other things there and just shelve this tonight. It doesn't even I have a bunch of tutorials I need to write for, well, do things in RM, and I would say I'll never get them done unless they're on stream, pretty much. Pretty much. Do a whole bunch of ones there. Do a bunch of ones for particles and the like. And how to use my plugins. Tempting idea. Anyway, let's see here. Go from there. It just hands an undefined there. Or hands 0. Right there it's 5. Why does it hand 0? How did this happen? I mean, I did set the right one, right? Like there's no extra space or anything, it's just damaged. Yeah, I wonder if this is messing it up. A system on a system type of problem. Could be the case. I don't know how loud the music is. I can't even tell. I can only tell what the volume I hear. Shoot me. Ooh. Wait. Look at that. -5. Yeah. It was messing itself up. Second-rate coding to the rescue. Wait, that sucks. Shoot me, boss. Yeesh. I know it loves its darkness attack, and to be fair, its darkness attack is pretty solid. Did that even hit me? I don't even know. Oh, it did. Oh, look, all the numbers now are all pretty and stuff, except for it's still undefined on these 458s. That's interesting. Maybe the player projectile, though. I don't know. They're actually more exciting with less types of enemies. I don't know if you noticed this, but I think the first level is just kind of those random dolls. You can have different color versions of the bosses too. They just show up there with their little armies. I mean, Diablo recycles like crazy, so... Yeah, they're actually kind of threatening now. There's so many of them. How much damage is this doing? Wait, what? Did it say -1? I don't know, I need to check this. Jesus, they actually do a lot of damage. Let me change that to say minus. Wow, this projectile's doing incredible damage. I guess it's doing 10. Wow. At least that fixes the problem. They don't really do their own damage anymore, so they all have little projectiles that drop, so these don't need to define damage at all. And this projectile thing doesn't do anything anyway. Which reminds me, this should probably just be blanked out. No. Define this array just so it doesn't get angry, and then blank it out. So I need to change the message on these things. I'll turn the music down a little bit. It looks like it might be kind of high by comparison. Maybe not. All I have are these little, you know, bars showing the audio volumes as they're going up and down. Not the volume that I hear, but I don't know how much that works for, like, how close it is to what you're hearing. So for enemy here, I swear I changed this a while ago, and yet I guess I copied that one thing over, so I gotta redo some changes, whatever. Okay. Should fix all the damage issues. Yeah, I definitely need to reach a point where I just have some people can play with. So I'm just going to make it real simplified for the first version, I think. Just a quick, explanation on what to do. Right. Really irritating. It's pretty funny to watch. I couldn't see the damage on them though. It says -1. The boss failed to spawn again? The boss should be out. Probably set to spawn after just picking up 2. Why isn't the boss spawning? Alright, so... I don't even want to give up on randomization because making the maps leads to much cooler maps. But making the cool maps in RM is really hard because you can't actually see them as you're making them, so you just have to build all the events and then drop them where they need to be. Oh. Huh. Okay. I tracked down why the boss is this way. I'm going to have to run down all the code for why it doesn't work. Sometimes. But let's make certain it always spawns. We'll just see if it destroys itself when it can't find a place. That's possible. The fact that you can shoot down other projectiles is kind of nice. I really haven't spent much time defending myself against things here, but you have like 3 different ways to defend. That should be more than enough. Maybe my effort to make this crazy stat system is almost unnecessary. Maybe you just make it where there's like lower hit points and it just you defend yourself by shooting down enemy projectiles. Might be more fun, I don't know. More of an active gameplay as opposed to just I increase the numbers, woohoo, here's your carrot. On that time just fine. -30? What? Why did you take 30? That's a big number there, buddy. But everything else isn't taking 30. What's even going on with that? Not much is different from the boss there, right? Do a quick comparison here to see where the two are different. I don't want this part here, the too far thingy. I want them to destroy themselves. That would be terrible. They seem basically identical except for the number of items that are spawned and then, I guess, audio manager stuff. Minor things, but otherwise... Why is the boss taking so much damage? Because the projectiles only say they're doing 5. Maybe the undefined ones are the player. Actually, wait a second. 19 says 30. That's at 459. I don't think there's any point that 51 should be the damage, I don't think. But there might be a reason. But it should also log it right up. So 459 to that. 453? Well, 19's the one that was crazy. Huh. Weird. It should not be the case. This shouldn't be any different. There it did like 1, here it does like 5? I need additional information here again. Oops. Huh. Oops. Try to remember till these have problems. All right. Maybe I'll just start doing regular streams and stop naming them doing things with RPGMaker, because I think the reality is who cares? Like nobody really wants to see RPGMaker stuff that I can tell. I could probably stream Skyrim and do better. That's almost certainly true. I thought there might be more interest in how things are done. But that might just not be the case. Interesting. Oh wait. I already have the information I need, right? Where are the player shots? There's a magic blast right there. Yeah, it's 5. 5? Okay, well... I find the boss and shoot the boss, because that's the one that's taking the bizarre amounts of damage. Also, let's see. Magic Glass 32 was the last one. I think that's still on the screen, right? Oops. Yeah, it is. 55. Did 55 collide with anything at all? It got recycled. Undefined damage amount 5. The error is definitely in that the player shot doesn't really pass the same information. Well, I can't do it this way at all. That's not going to work. I'm going to contemplate it, but I'm also going to go do a bit of tea recycling. You know, take a bio break. Because, yeah, tea just goes right on through me eventually. By right on through me, I mean it's been a couple hours. So, I shall return. Alright, time to continue. So, basically every time I hit undefined at 459, that's the player's stuff. Totally makes sense. Yeah, like 55 ends up undefined. There. So, but why would the players' ones be any different than the events shot by the enemies? Huh. I mean, you wouldn't think they would be since they all work off the same system. They got rid of the need for player spawned, right? Might as well remove it if it's not a useful command anymore. Yeah. So they used to have player spawn set up right here. But now they both rely upon the same system, so... Player spawn seems a little bit unnecessary. And distance traveled set by everything else, right? Like these don't even, they don't bother with that. Oh, that's an enemy. That's not an event. Yeah, these don't bother with that. Going to projectile one than the other. I think it defines it here for them, right? Oops. I keep typing NPC 1 because that's the common event, but it's page 1. Pushes those for that. Projectile, set up object projectile. And of course on the first thing here, this thing here, it does the spell info. Yeah, distance travel is not even used, it's just lifetime, right? Oh wait, no, I do need player spawned. Oh, okay, that's helpful to note. There is still one area that uses it. Or not. The distance traveled isn't used anywhere, from what I can tell. Huh. Still leaves me the question of why in the world it doesn't gain the information that the other one has, because they're all going through the same spell info. And it's not said anything particularly different. Okay, and then there's object setup. It just gives them all a lifetime and an animation timer. And then tells it to run this. At that point, it should have an E-type. Yet it doesn't. Puzzling. Well, projectile systems usually take a lot of time to set up anyway, especially if you're going to set up a weird Diablo-style map, which is just not what ARM was built for. How does it show? Well, I found where the missing information is. It's not right there. This needs to set something here in order to make this work correctly, I think. Otherwise everything pushes to enemy, but that's so bad. The system was designed in a way that's not that good. So how do I plan on handling this? It worked fine when I didn't have to worry about having multiple types of things, but the problem is unless I have it specify which type of enemy when it hits, where am I handing the damage at? I see why it's getting the damage, because what it's doing is it's doing the damage from the enemy that got hit. It's not doing the damage from the other. which would make a great deal more sense because the boss probably has like 30 damage listed as a thing because I never changed those up. And it's probably just doing damage equal to that. All right. Well, 18, I guess. Maybe I was heading it somewhere else. Kind of a flaw in the system when I was making it. Big flaw. Which now they're not setting a specific damage like they were there. Otherwise, they were just setting damage, and that's what the enemies were getting hit by, their own damage. I see. I guess impact can do it. Yeah. Yeah, it can. Impact can do it. I rewrote this entire thing so it would have the ability to do this. And I guess we're doing it. We're just doing it. It's just how it is now. We're just doing it. Yep, it's built right in. Not a problem. I'm gonna do this thing here. Let's see. Your damage. We'll grab this, actually. Will be fine, and then set it to I think it's just get self-variable damage. Really? Guess I want to change them up a bit here. I don't have to deal with having so many things here. Hurts. Your damage. Good, clean, wholesome fun for the entire family. Gotta love me some coding. Try to get the boss out to see how much damage it does. To shoot them. Minus 30. Oh. You know, I started the code out, I just didn't finish it. Actually, I believe it's type, right? Spawn table. I might need to do it slightly different here. That dealt 5, that's good. That also dealt 5, I think. Did it? I don't know, let's see. I mean, it must have, because it just completely annihilated it, as opposed to where it would just do like 1 before, right? Oops, not like that one. I need this one. That's a problem. I can just stand in the middle of nowhere, huh? Whatever. I think my favorite thing is actually the little blood explosion. It's actually the best thing in the game in my mind. I just like them. They just leave little stains everywhere. I find hilarious. I need to fix that problem there. I'm probably just going to have some levels where you can face the dolls as a test. I don't really want to level up or anything like that for the test. I really just want people to take a look at it and see where it's going. -5. Wow. Perfect. Now I get hit for -5. Everything looks like it's pretty much good to go. Nice. The whole time thingy still won't do anything. They're a holdover from art. This just goes towards that. At least the character turns towards it now. Oh, that's good. Looks like everything is working pretty fine there. Now to get rid of these 9 million console commands so the thing runs at normal speed instead of logging a million console commands every chance it gets. What just happened there? Technically, that code's been ran twice. I will leave it for now. Never click on the thing that's highlighted or it'll try to copy that to somewhere else, which is such a weird thing. Dragging words does not seem like a useful feature in any conceivable scenario. It's so imprecise and bizarre. Like, I never think, I'm going to drag this word. I don't know who keeps adding that feature, but stop it. It's not a feature. It's a literal defect. It's terrible. The number of times I've messed it up and had to hit undo because I don't even know what it did, and it's like, oh god, I want to figure it out. Just stop. Don't do it anymore. I don't know why all these comments are there, but I'm going to go ahead and assume I don't need them since they've been commented out the whole time. Just like that. There's still the image problem where their image will be destroyed beforehand. And I really do think that that's pretty obnoxious. I know what causes it, but when I got rid of it, it causes the code to happen so fast that it doesn't work right. Well, let's just do these here. Maybe just having the switch statement gives it enough time to do what it's supposed to do. I remember this thing got so wonky and weird without that there, where things were just not even working, and it's like, okay, well. And I spent hours trying to figure out why, and pretty much came to the conclusion the code was just happening too fast. The game was too efficient. So you almost need a dumb command in there just to slow it down. That time it doesn't remove it until way after the fact. Yeah, so I need that just to keep it from staying. But every once in a while it screws up and doesn't do it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. That might just be a bug that goes to the that just goes to production. I mean, because it's just going to be a prototype, but I don't know. I don't know indeed. Something too close to the microphone over there. I should really be setting type in here, I think. It seems like it makes a lot more sense than setting it over here in this. His name's what defines it, and the other stuff's just kind of nebulous and weird. Just set the type at the top there, and then down here, could have just made it the name thing instead of having a type set up, which wouldn't be a bad decision. I think it's because originally I was recycling stuff, and I don't think that's what I want to do here. No. Hmm. It occurs to me I need a type for like pools and stuff. Mm-hmm. Do I just copy it off of the this one or not? It's so complicated now already. Alright, everyone, I decided to install a pool. It's very important. This summer we're going to be doing good. It's a pool of darkness, so it's probably not that friendly and you probably don't want to swim in it, but hey, got the pool going. Very important. I don't really want the pools to destroy anything necessarily. Or do I? I mean, the player ones could. That wouldn't be terrible. I mean, because Firewall should do it. That's true. I don't really think the poison pool should destroy anything, though. Fireball's kind of its own different effect. So many different types of like attacks. I probably should have just coded in a couple and called it square. I mean, Zelda's only got a couple. But nope, I didn't. This one's not going to destroy itself upon one hit like the other was doing. So the D-flip will only happen if the timer goes up. Guess we'll try that. There's no way this works on the first try. I'm writing a whole new system in for this. I mean, the system sort of worked before, but not very well. Ever since I put that check in for the boss has spawned every time, too. Because of course she has. That's cool, I mean, if she wants to spawn every time, that saves me a lot of trouble, but... the fact that it happened at all pretty much says to me that... something ain't right. I forgot to set the type. Not unnecessary. Hmm. Hmm. Time for a quick change here. The music, because I'm tired of hearing the same music. Some horror and suspense. Trying to put console commands to go through the whole list of all the things so I can set it up. Just not as excited by this tonight. Usually I'm like super like, yeah, this is amazing, but I think I've been working a lot lately, and over the weekend I did a bunch of other work too, so it's just like, oh, stream and do this and then that, and it kind of wears on you. Though I did get a nice massage today, so that does help. I'm pretty well rested, but I think I've just been working a lot lately. Which does not excite me as much as I used to be excited by it. It's almost more fun if they don't have to be hit a million times by the damage. By the things in order to work. Right there, just vanished without seeing it. I should almost make it where removing the event can destroy the removing the image could destroy the event, like add an option for that. So the code that's supposed to destroy it should also run at the same time as the other, so... Hmm. Alright, well, let's go down the list of everything that needs to happen here. Oh, well, NPC page 1's probably necessary. I could start. We're trying to push everything to work on the same thing, so... Most of this is unnecessary, it just runs NPC 2. That might have been all I needed to. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna console log the whole thing, figure out exactly where it needs to go and what I'm doing, forgetting in here, because I'm forgetting something. I wish I was doing art right now. That sounds kind of fun. Coding's just something I do because it helps me do the things that I want, but I like doing art much better than coding. Coding's just kind of here. It has its moments. It's cool that you can make all these things happen. And sometimes if it's a really neat puzzle to solve, then I'm totally into it. A lot of other times, though, it's like, really? I don't know. Bug hunting in the same code over and over is a little less exciting. Like, it's fine, but it doesn't quite have the same excitement as trying to make a plugin that just does something that you couldn't normally make RM do, which I think is why I have all these plugins that do things that RM can't normally do. Did the boss be able to spawn finally? No, the boss spawned, but it only did once. He doesn't have to do hundreds of times, so... Oh, there it is. Huh. Come on, clown heads. Kind of creepy, really. Clown heads. I don't think I'm being hurt by those. I think I'm being hurt by, the other thing there. But at least now we spawns clown heads. We're one step closer to... I don't know. Well, we're one step closer to whatever it is. It's exciting. I should probably tell it that it's a pool and not an enemy. I'm just saying. It might be the right call. I did make a whole section for pools and just didn't bother to tell it that. Yeah. That's probably important. Once it's all set up, it's very cool, but... eh. Kick the shoe against the wall. Under my desk. I'm like, boot. Didn't boot it very hard, thankfully, though, so didn't hurt my foot or anything, but was a little surprising. Murder some enemies while we wait for the boss to show up. Come on, boss. At least everything mostly works. I mean, there's that. I don't see a lot of problems. The boss is trying to spawn, it looks like, and failing. Is the boss still failing to spawn? That might be what happens if the boss infinitely fails to spawn. There it is. Eventually it spawns. Caught in that loop again, huh? I think they go away really fast. I'm almost certain that's what's happening. Destroying itself too fast. So I realized that it was turning on self switch A as part of MPC 1. And thus not doing the rest of the commands. Well, there should be a pause in what it's doing, right? I should display the dangers first. Yeah, the danger messages aren't showing up yet, so I must be missing something here. Let's see if this is just destroying it immediately somehow. I did copy paste a bunch of code and then just change some things to make it be a whole new category of stuff, so possible I messed up somewhere in there. I read some post on Twitter earlier today where they're just like, game devs make no sense to me. Normal people learn 1 or 2 skills and then learn how to monetize those. But game devs learn all these skills and completely fail to learn how to monetize any of them. Random person on Twitter, you're not wrong. Sad to say it, but you're not wrong. Alright, random boss. So everything is setting up correctly. It's just that they don't have a lifetime. Well, let's give them a lifetime. Did I not make a thing where it was just equal to set up the lifetime in the first place? I guess I just have to manually give it to him. Okay. Seems like an oversight to not mark that I needed to do that, but whatever. Like 6 here. It doesn't give me that long. And then on here, that's the pool, right? Okay. That should fix the problem. Then my regular watchers tonight. How sad. That's fair though. This time of day is just a rough time of day for a lot of people. I may actually stop early just so I can do tutorials for things. It's not a bad idea. I'm meaning to get them done. There's all these plugins I want to release for people, and without some explanation on how to do it, I don't really know what good it would do. Like, they're hard to use. I mean, they're not hard for me to use. They're not hard for like a person with decent programming knowledge, but They're really hard for a normal person to use. Hmm. Somehow this lifetime thingy is not long enough. Oh, no, time does it right here. That's why I didn't set a lifetime thingy, because time does it. Lifetime's just a counter that reaches it to the time max here, and then it does its thing. So it doesn't need to have the other. And there should be quite the wait on this. I mean, there's literally a 60 frame wait. It should trigger once a second. A 500 means it should last 500 seconds. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, look this up here. There's nothing later that flips it, right? I mean, this is clearly what's destroying it. Because I commented it out and it worked. It stayed forever. And everything works except for this one thing here. Also, while we're at it, I would like one more thing. I don't need this anymore. It's just blocking things, making it hard to see. Right, it should tell me what I need to know, hopefully. I'm not sure why it's running that code so fast. I mean, there literally is a 60 frame wait. At this point, it should literally be 500 times 60. How many frames it takes, because I've set it stupidly high intentionally, but here we are. Here we are. Oh well. I just want the destroyables to spawn the various items instead of just having to find them on the map. I just want the first version of this to exist. I don't really care if it does all the cool stuff until later, so I won't add that in, but I might later add something in along those lines. Looking for the boss. Where are you at? Come on. Come on. Here somewhere. Come on, little boss. You're here somewhere. Come play. Did you fail to spawn? Really? It's like it's trying to spawn. It's a hard time though. It spawn eventually, right? I mean, it's supposed to keep trying until it finds a spot where it's safe to spawn. It's just trying forever? Yeah. It's really trying forever. I think it somehow just gets stuck. The whole point of it was to check to see if it could actually spawn in locations, so how is it getting stuck? No, it's just trying over and over. Oh, I could perpetually be getting stuck unless it's just trying to spawn completely off the map or something. Well, I'll solve that error in a second, but I'll just restart the game and see if it fixes the bug temporarily. I guess I could have just left the level and went right back in, too. I didn't think about that. That was dumb. I wanted to just take longer to test this out. That's what I was looking to do. Totally. Where you at, boss? Don't tell me you have the error again. There we are. Alright, so... Oh, time is set to 0? That seems weird. Why is time set to 0? Unless I misnamed something in all this. Possible. Entirely possible. Yeah, time is set at this ridiculous number here. No point in logging time. Of course it's going to work for that. Hmm. Well, it would probably have helped if I spelled that right. Just maybe. It might be important. Doesn't explain why time would be wrong, though. Actually, both of them are wrong. Both of them are 0. Hmm. They would have already removed all that information about it, I think. Oops. Oh, that's right. They save their um, self variables somewhere else because, of course, they do. Why wouldn't they save them on the event? That'd be too easy. Should have known better. My bad. Other people's plugins. I would say on the event themselves, but that's just me. And I like organization, something that is not exactly liked by most people, apparently. Anyway, I think I'm going to call this early tonight because I have a bunch of tutorials to write. And honestly, this particular task right now seems not that amazing. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow night at 1 a.m. Pacific. And yeah, probably more excited because after that long weekend of way too much work, it's almost like I need a day off from before I can work again, I guess. I don't even know. I work every day, it seems like. I should stop that. It's an American thing. If you're not working 2 jobs, you're not normal, I guess. And if you're not working 3, then you're just lazy, right? It's pretty much how it seems to be. It's live to work to work more. I don't know. But I can definitely feel it just kind of weighing on me today. But I'll be back tomorrow at 1 a.m. I will catch everyone later, and be sure to check back for various tutorials on these things, including hopefully my plugin releases, which I just need to hurry up and do. Otherwise, they're never going to get done. Oh my gosh. Anyway, have a wonderful night, everyone, or morning, or whatever it is for you. See ya.